Hello! Hello, YouTubers out there, for anybody that actually follows me, for anybody that actually is going to watch this. So a while back, I saw this TikTok. Or a YouTuber, I think it was a TikTok. Oh my god, I gotta put up a lot of Christmas stuff. Right? And I'm itching right now, so sorry, forgive me. So I saw this TikTok of this guy who is a landlord, like me. And he goes, I make $30,000 every month. And he showed the $30,000, right? And he's just, this stacks of money, and I make it every month. But you know what I got to pay out? Because, of course, we have a lot of people that are pointing out how crappy landlords are when it comes to repairs and taking care of people, and how much they don't care about the residents, right? We got a lot of landlords, and they're being pointed out. So we got a lot of landlords that are out going, well, I have to do this, and I have to do that. And they don't realize how much trash they sound. They sound like complete utter trash. So back to this guy. He goes, I make $30,000 a month. And you want to know what that goes to? So he starts shelling out. He goes, this goes to the taxes. This goes to repairs. This goes to savings. This goes to paying this. And this goes to paying that. And it all goes out. And granted, he had to pay out a lot. He pays out over $25,000 a month. I think what he said, he pays out $25,000 a month to take care of his business and the things that he needed to take care of. Right? And then he comes back with, and I'm only left with $13,000 every month. He's only left with $13,000. Are you kidding me? I would love to be left with $13,000 every month, man. I mean, if you look at my bank account, you will see how much of a good businessman I am. I'm not. My wife is stepping in, and within the next year, she's going to have more control of this place. But she's changing things now because we've got to get things in better shape, because I am not doing a great job of financially of making this great shop. But when it comes to emotions and humanity or humanistic or whatever it is you want to call it, I do great at trying to take care of people and show how much they are worth. I'm great at that. But the one thing that I hate about this job more than anything is the evictions. Oh my God, that is one of the hardest things to do at this job, is the evictions. Now, don't get me wrong, the couple of videos I made about the evictions, of what I had to do, I had no problem with talking about that, because those people deserved it. They were people that came in with the idea, no matter what they said, with the idea of it's all about them and no one else. And I don't mind kicking those people out. I have no problems with that. But it hurts me inside, because when I let people into the trailer park like that, I feel that I've failed. Because yes, they screw in me and my wife. They're screwing us and the trailer park financially. Yes, I get that. But what they don't understand is, when it comes to the trust in the people that live in our community, that trust is getting shot out the door. And they don't care. They don't seem to give a rat's butt that trust that we've built up here is going out the door. So I have no problems kicking those people out. But what I'm talking about is the people that just came upon hard times, the people that have actually are going through some emotions. That's when it's hard. That's when being a business sucks. Because owning a trailer park or any kind of rental business, in my eyes, is not the same as a wood shop. Is not the same as a bakery or a clothing store. Your business is dealing with people. My hat, I've got to fix the hat, hang on, what did I say? Your business is dealing with people. And that's a whole nother ballpark. Because people say it all the time, you've got to treat it like a business. And yes, to an extent, you do. You've got taxes, you've got this, you got that. I mean, technically I haven't even made a paycheck since 2016, because I've never made enough money to make a paycheck. Yes, the bills get paid. Yes, we've been getting fed. Yes, we get gas in the car, and I do make repairs. But I have not made a paycheck yet. Hopefully this January, coming up, it'll be 2023, so we can date this, so it's not just out of date if somebody comes across this in 20 years. But in January 2023, I might actually be able to collect a $50 check a week, if we're lucky. Because I focus more on the trust of the people. In fact, I've told you this before, over and over again, and I'll say this on my TikToks. If you go to Papa Bug, you can find me on TikTok. I talk about this all the time, or I'm moving more to this platform, that we as a collective group in this trailer park, we've dropped crime by 75%. The last couple of people that moved in brought that crime rate back up, but we're bringing it back down. We're getting good people in here. And I love that. But again, the hardest part of this job is the evictions. Because I've had people, like I had this one lady, I'm not going to say her name, but she just started getting depressed because she was getting behind on bills, the kids were getting to her, and she thought she was lost. And I worked with her for months about trying to get her rent going, but she couldn't pay it, so we had to move forward with the eviction. You know? And I wished her the best. And she literally came back months after she moved out. She got a new place, a new job, and things were going great. She just had to get away from here because we had some bad apples here that they're all gone now. And then there's an eviction I'm dealing with right now. And it sucks because I've worked with them for the past 3 years. They've never got caught up in 3 years. They would almost get caught up. They almost got caught up once, but then they would just fall apart. And for the last few months, they've not been able to pay rent. And we worked with them about them leaving on their own, but they came to us very, maturely and said that, they're not going to leave unless we, do the eviction. So we're going through the eviction. I mean, maybe they've got something up their sleeve. I don't know. But I was like, okay, cool. So we put the eviction. I've got to go talk to them about what's going to go happen so we make sure we're all on the same page. But you're never going to hear their story. I'm never going to go, have this big YouTube video about what went on because it's a difference between somebody, running meth and ID theft and just being a preacher that, I'm trying to save the world. That's a difference than somebody who just, maybe it's an addict, they get caught up back in their situation or they just couldn't find a good enough job because Athens is not good for low, I don't want to say low wage workers, but just people without skills. Athens is not a good town for people without skills. It's really not. The wage isn't great. The job opportunities ain't great. The housing here sucks. And people will tell you all the time that you need to treat it like a business, but it's not the same type of business as it's not the same type of business as like a bakery and stuff. It's people involved in it, And then there's the other side of the other side of the spectrum, aspect or whatever it is you have these people who will tell you that landlords aren't needed. Actually, sometimes landlords are needed because we are in a society that is based itself in capitalism. People making money. So no matter where you go, you're going to have somebody that's going to be a landlord or something. It's a matter of the landlord that you choose to be under. And sometimes it's desperation you got to be in there. Because people don't understand that, okay, like a lot of people living here, some of them cannot afford much more than their rent. Maybe some food and the power bill, but after that, they have nothing. So if they own their house, paying a mortgage, that whatever rent is to that mortgage, guess what? The fridge goes out, they ain't getting a fridge. The pipes break underneath the house, they're going to pay somebody $300 to fix the pipes, right? The fridge goes out, the stove goes out, the window breaks. That's on me, unless unless they actually break the window like a kid, which that's happened a couple times. But even then, it's like $30 to fucking get a new pane window, put it $30. I can take care of that. Because I've done that for people. We've had to cut it out recently because people kept taking advantage of it. But for the most part, these people can barely pay their rent, barely pay their bills. How in the hell are they going to be able to afford the repairs? And on top of that, banks, even if we sold this place for one of these trailers for $5,000, $5,000 all in, right? Everything that's involved, it's theirs at $5,000, okay? There's not a bank that's going to put a loan on a trailer, right? Not one. And trust me, I know this. We've been trying to get a loan just on the property, not the trailers. We've been trying to get a loan on this property, a third of what it's cost, a third, of what it's worth, just a third, so we can just cover some bills, put some repairs in, and get things taken care of. But not one person's touching an entire trailer park that is a business where they can come in, just take over, and build up more money if we forego on the payments. Not one person. So imagine somebody trying to buy a used trailer that's 30 years old. There's not one person that's going to give them a loan for that stuff. And there you can come up with all these excuses in the world. Like, we're on a well system. So what happens when the well goes down? Are they going to work together to pay for that well? No, that's on me. My wife is the one that our well went down a few months back. My wife bailed us out on that one. Thank God for her. So landlords are a necessity for the economy, the climate of this country that we're in. We are needed. But what is not needed from landlords is the greed and the non-humanity. Because again, the aspect I don't like about this job. I mean, I love it. If somebody comes to me and they need help, we can work with them. And I love that. I love helping people out. I love that we're making this a safe neighborhood. But when it comes to people that can't afford their rent and they go behind, it sucks. Because that money that comes in, it's got to help out the trailer park. Because when somebody doesn't pay rent, I might be out buying a new stove. Because every bit of that money that comes into this place is money that is needed other places. I've got a trailer that's fully down, and I cannot put it back to work yet. The people that were about to hopefully move on without any problems, we've got probably $1,200 worth of work to put in there really ASAP. I don't have. So I've got to work something out because there's somebody that wants to move in right away, right? He's ready to go, and he's already put the deposit down, and we got to get him in there. We're going to work with him on it like we did with somebody that they moved into number 11, the ID people. They moved in and they did a lot of the work and they're already in there. There's a couple little things here and there, but we're working on it. But yeah, being a landlord can be a beautiful thing. But at times, it can just be a cluster fudge. I'm trying to bog down on the cursing. So anyways, that's just my rant for the week. Again, I love being a landlord, but at times it can just be a pain in the rumpus. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. We are working, me and my little buddy, my sidekick, we're looking to expand our content a little bit. We got more reviews coming up in the next couple weeks. We're going to start doing reaction videos. We're going to set up part of our studio with reactions. We got to figure out how to do that, so we're going to do that. And we're going to do more Sights and Sounds of Athens. We're going to introduce our animals soon. So please, like, share, put a comment in the below, because I think I've gotten one comment in the last 4 videos. But anyways, guys, this is going probably straight to edit, and boom, straight up. There's probably not going to be a lot of ins and outs. So again, like, share, subscribe, and yada, yada, yada. Thank you. Have a good night.